All right, fine. So we will continue with the remaining part of Unit 1. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
So apart from looking into the syllabus, right, I also saw some previous year question paper, and from there also some questions I have prepared, which also we will discuss. One such question is, explain the essential functions of legal process as discussed by Alan Watson. Okay.
Okay.
So in your college, how much is done from the syllabus?
Ma'am, they have completed the 4th unit, first unit, second unit, third unit. Yeah, so 1 to 4th, it's done.
1 to 4th done. Oh, very
yeah.
Okay, so for Unit 1, like, do you write some notes or something at least?
Ma'am, they just tell on going. I guess you'll be knowing the lecturings. How is it?
Lecturing. Okay, fine.
So they just keep
you
telling.
do one
We have
thing.
to note points if we feel that's important or something.
Okay.
They have given few terms like the social contract and.
Okay, so you can do one thing.
What people have told.
Okay.
So it's like that, ma'am. And what people, the positivists, what they have told.
Okay, fine. So you can do one thing. Whatever is done, right, from Unit 1 to 4, like if you have noted down the points that, okay, these are the topics, like you said, social contract, they have mentioned, positive, like that, if you have the words or the topics, right, please do share that with me. Okay.
Okay. Ma'am, shall I share it now?
It's fine. After the class, you can just WhatsApp me that Unit 1, these are the topics. Broadly, you can tell me. Okay.
So I should send you the topics of Unit 1 or the points which I have made.
However you feel. Like, I just want to get an idea on what all topics they have discussed for all the units. So you can just take how you said social contract, like that also you can say Unit 1, these are the topics, like that also you can say, no problem.
Because they have gone so fast that we can hardly understand, and they are so much into legal, ma'am, like we don't get it. I am from science background. So I'm not used to. I hope you get it, because even at least commerce student might understand, but we science student, we feel it very difficult to understand.
Or maybe like if you are finding it difficult, you can do one thing. You can go to your teacher and you can say that I'm preparing for my exam, so kindly tell me what all broad topics to study. They would at least tell you the topics. Okay, you can ask your teacher either, or there would be someone in your class who must be noting down the points. You can take help from your friend also. Okay, like the broad topics I want, not like in social contract, what did they discuss? Just social contract is enough. Like that, you can collect it, or at least you can ask your teacher also. No problem there, they would tell you. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, fine. All right, so this topic is explain the functions of legal process as discussed by Alan Watson. Now, you will see that there would be different jurists, there would be different writers who have different opinions. Okay, like if you ask me what is law, I may say a different thing. If I ask you the same question, you may say it in a different way. If there is another person, that person may explain in a different way. It's not like you are right, I am right, or that person is right. Maybe all of us are right in one direction. All of us are missing out on some points. Okay, that is what happens. That's why we have different jurists whose theories we read. Like in social contract, you must have seen there are 3 persons, right? John Locke, J.J. Rousseau, like that. Different person had different opinion about the same theory. Same ways, for different concepts, different jurists would have different opinions. Okay, so they are asking in the question that according to Alan Watson, what are the functions of legal process? Functions of legal process may be completely different for you. For me, it might be completely different, but they are asking about Alan Watson. Okay. So the concept of legal process has been defined differently by different jurists. Different persons are having different opinions. They also have different opinions regarding the functions that legal process plays in a society. How is it that legal process help us? Okay, but now, what is a legal process?
maybe it's legal way, like the method which we go legally through the court or something like.
Yes, correct. There are different processes, right? If there is a case, you may go file a case against me. You may file a criminal case against me. Their court may give me punishment, or court may send me to the jail. Court may ask me to pay fine. You may file a civil suit wherein court may ask me to pay you compensation. You may decide to, like settle the matter in mutual terms, might be arbitration, right? There are different processes that are available, right? So what are the functions of these processes? Okay, now Alan Watson, who is he? Alan Watson is a professor of civil law at the University of Edinburgh. He has authored nearly 150 books and articles, many of which have been translated from English to other languages also, because his concept, his theories, his ideologies were so important, so much relevant, that these are also been translated to different languages as well. And that's how we have this question also. We are reading about his views. For him, what were the functions of legal process? Now, according to Alan Watson, laws are not developed as a result of the relationship between law and society. One common thing which we say is, what is law? Law is the result of what society needs. Okay, like you must have seen during COVID, new laws came, right? That without wearing mask, if you are roaming outside, you need to pay 500 rupees, 2000 rupees fine. Why did this law come?
Yes,
because society needed it, right? So mostly it is said that laws are as a result of what the society needs. If we need that we should be safe, everyone should be safe, but people are not wearing masks, what do we need? We want to impose fine for that. That's how a lot of laws have in fact developed. But according to Alan Watson, this is not the way. This is not how it has developed. Okay, laws are not developed as a result of this relation between law and society. Then how did law develop? As per him, the people who have lawmaking power may come to know about some rules that are working well in a foreign country, and then they borrowed the same. Have you studied something on constitution, maybe in your 9th, 10th, political, social science? Have you studied something on constitution? Do you remember anything? Constitution, fundamental rights, framing of constitution. Hello, you there?
Audio. Ma'am, your audio was...
Okay. Do you remember reading anything on constitution in maybe your class 9 or 10 social science book? Drafting of constitution.
Ma'am? In like in the school times, ma'am?
Yeah, in the school times. Don't remember it?
No, not that much, but then we knew we had that constitution page, and we had rights written, like right to live, freedom, just
Okay.
that much, ma'am.
Okay. So there was also one chapter on drafting of constitution. So how constitution was drafted basically? To draft the constitution, right? Who were drafting the constitution? They referred to other foreign countries' constitutions. Okay, they saw what is working in those constitutions. From there, whatever provisions they found helpful, they borrowed those constitutions and they inserted it in Indian constitution. Okay, so a lot of provisions in Indian constitution are in fact borrowed from foreign countries. In fact, Constitution of India is called as a bag of borrowing. So many things we have borrowed from so many countries. Okay, why that happened? Because whoever was drafting the constitution, they saw what is working in USA, what is working in Canada, what is working in Germany, whatever they like, they just brought all of those in India. Okay, so Alan Watson was of that view. He said that it's not because there is a relation between law and society, but it's because whoever is having lawmaking power, they came to know that some rules are working well in foreign countries, so they borrowed it. Okay, during COVID, you must have seen when nationwide lockdown was announced, the government said that they took reference of a lot of foreign countries also, right? That in so and so foreign country, they also announced lockdown, and that's how they were able to reduce the spread of COVID-19. Did you come across such news?
Yeah, ma'am.
You have, right? So how that means what? How government decided to announce nationwide lockdown, how government decided to put restrictions in like travel from one state to other, travels from foreign, because they saw that this is how foreign countries are able to bring down the rate of spread. That means something is working out in a foreign country, that should probably work well in our country also. That's how they introduced. Right? So Alan Watson was of this view, not of that mask thing that society needs, so let's impose fine for mask. But he thought that because in some foreign country something is working well, and the one who is having rule-making power, they came to know about that thing, so they just decided to apply it in their own country also. However, such legal process undergoes some changes to meet the needs and requirements of the new society. It might happen that we cannot like exactly copy paste it. We need to make some little modifications maybe, right? How this law was working in a foreign country, we would make slight here and there modifications so that it applies well in India's given situation also. So that is how Alan Watson viewed it. Thus, legal process may act as a great source of law and act as an inspiration for foreign countries to incorporate the same provision. And that's how it would encourage, right? That okay, fine, this is working very good, let's borrow it, make some changes, apply in Indian given situation. And they would be like, oh, okay, this is working, let's bring another one. That's how law has developed as per him. Is it clear? Are you understanding or finding it difficult?
No, ma'am, I can understand.
Okay, so see, whenever you are finding it difficult, you can tell me. Okay, just like you said, you are from arts background, you are in first semester, it might be difficult, you can just tell me. Okay,
I'm from science background.
Yeah, you can just tell me, because it's just you who is there. It would be meaningless if you don't understand, and I'm just saying it, right? So whenever you feel you are not getting it, just tell me, I'll try to give some other example.
Ma'am, like for the benefit of society, we'll make law. You told it in the first line. So can we even take the education policy which changed in India? Can we take that as an example? Because it was for the society's welfare.
Education policy, it's like this is not like benefit of society, but what society needs at the point. Might be education policy is something we try to copy from foreign countries again, not might be directly, but in an indirect way, right? What happens in US might be somewhat, it resembles that. So it's not like we were not having an educational policy, we just desperately needed it, so it was brought. It's sort of combination of both, I think. Okay.
No, but then like it was for the welfare of the society only. No, due to pandemic, we had to change the education policies. So for the welfare of society, we changed
it. There. That because of pandemic, we were not able to deal with it, so we made changes. That ways you can see. Okay. Because this is like society needed something. That's how we introduced it. Okay. All right. So Watson did not accept that. Watson did not accept that there is a close relationship between law and society. As per him, people who have lawmaking power, they just came to know about it and they just borrowed it, did some little modification and they applied it. It's not because we ourselves realized that we maybe need this law, but we just borrowed it from some foreign country. Now, what are the functions of legal process as per him? As per him, the main functions are to resolve dispute by doing or in order to do justice. So in order to provide justice to people, it is important to resolve disputes also. How do you resolve dispute? For that, we have different legal processes, right? Like I said, you may file a civil suit against me where I need to pay you compensation. You may file a criminal case against me where you would be simply happy and satisfied with the fact that I am going to the jail. You are not getting anything, but you are simply happy that I went to jail, right? So that's how we try to do justice, right? So it is, there are different ways of resolving dispute in order to do justice to the person who has suffered. To resolve the dispute by establishing the facts and applying relevant rules of law to them. Now we have thousands of legislations in India, right? And there may be a lot of different situations that happen. When a situation happens, we would go to the court, we will tell our story, and then court will try to apply relevant laws. Whatever laws apply, court would try to apply that, and court would try to give a decision for it, right? That is again another process of like another function of legal process. Okay. To resolve the dispute in the interest of immediately involved parties. If there is a dispute between you and me, for our interest, court would try to settle the dispute, right? We both should be happy with it. We both should get the justice. To resolve the dispute in the best economic interest of the society at large. So economic interest of the society at large would also be taken into consideration. Most of the time it happens that when a decision is given, that same decision may be applied in next coming decisions. I think you have already studied about precedent in your college.
Yeah, ma'am.
Right? So what is precedent? Once something is decided, try to follow the same thing in next coming cases, right? That's why
the previous case law is taken as reference to the present case.
Yes, like previous cases would be taken as a reference for the coming cases. That's why it should also think about best economic interest of the society at large. To resolve the dispute in the best economic, social, political interest of the ruling class. Everybody's things should be taken into consideration. It's not just about the two disputing parties that they think and then they just give a decision, but they would think about this entire thing. Okay, there are actually examples, different case laws that you would get at later stage of your different semesters when you are reading different law subjects, right? You will get a lot of such cases when you would yourself realize that yes, this point is justified. Actually, this is how it happens. Okay, so they would think about all these different interests of the ruling class as well. To resolve,
yes. Can you give another example for this point, fifth point, ma'am, to resolve dispute of economic?
Okay. So let me give you an example for this. There used to be zamindari system. Are you aware what it is?
Yeah, ma'am. People used to like the zamindar, the main head would give their land, like they would allow the people to work in it and give them wages or something.
Correct.
It was like that.
Yes, correct. During independence, like after independence, what happened is after independence, we had a constitution, right? Constitution was framed. So many rights, like you said, fundamental rights are there. These are given. They wanted to make the country like very much for benefit of everyone. Everyone should be happy in it. That kind of a country they wanted to make. So they framed constitution. Now, by way of constitution, government had a lot of duties, provide education, provide healthcare, provide this, provide that. But how will they provide all of that when they are not having the necessary land with them? Okay, because jamindars were holding big areas of land, government was left with no land. Okay, so that is why different states introduced some jamindari abolition or land reform.
So they abolished the zamindari system.
Yes, they tried to abolish zamindari system by way of those legislations. But then validity of those legislations were challenged before the court, saying that this is not valid, our rights are being taken and all that. Okay, so Constitution of India, like there were cases filed. Now Supreme Court took a decision that like there was a case actually where Supreme Court said that, okay, whatever happened has happened. This is a decision that we are giving. Okay, take for example, we are giving this decision that this is how it can be taken, this is how it cannot be taken. But this certain decision will not be applicable to what already has happened. Okay, because already a lot of people's lands were being acquired and all that has happened. Those people would start claiming it, right? So when Supreme Court gave a decision, that they said that this decision would be applicable for upcoming cases only. Whatever already happened, that happened, because it would create difficulty for the government. It would create difficulty for different sections of the society, different departments also. Many times you would say, you would see that when a law is applied, right, this law would apply. If today law is introduced, it would apply for upcoming things, not for what has already happened. Okay, so why? Because it would create unnecessary difficulty. Okay, same ways. Are you getting it, or it is confusing?
No, ma'am, I got it.
You got it, right? Sometimes it might happen that government may say that, okay, from today, this is what the law is. Like many times we see, right, laws are being changed. But then government would say that this is going to be applicable from so and so date only. It's not applicable for what has happened previously. Many times you would even see there are amendments to a certain legislation. They would in fact mention with effect from so and so date. If today it is accepted, they might say with effect from maybe 1st of March. Not like what happened in January 2022, it's already gone, it's over. We are not looking into that in the interest of all these things. That also they would take care of. Okay.
Okay.
To resolve the dispute with the specific object of inhabiting future unregulated conflicts. So they would also think about future things, like if I'm today giving this decision, is it going to create problem in the upcoming time or not? Is it going to solve, is it going to help in some way in future disputes also? You know, think about the future as well. Like legal process would think about the future as well. That's how while giving a decision, the judge would even think about the future while giving the decision. Okay, so these are basically the functions of legal process as given by Alan Watson. And because we have different philosophers talking about different things, these are based on him. These are the main functions that legal process performs. Is this part clear?
Yes, ma'am.